So we were here about a month ago and looked at a 1970 W30 442, the holy grail of Oldsmobiles. I don't know if you can see it back there in the corner. The gentleman called me and dropped the price significantly, and we are back today to actually get it. I didn't film it before. I got the feeling he didn't want to be on camera, the same, so I'll show you once we get everything loaded and we're on our way back home. Alrighty. Alright, here it is. Quick peek. 1970 442 W30. Had a dog escape. Hold on. Oh, stay there, puppy. Escape dog. We just got it loaded up. I'll give you the full tour when we get home, but it is a 455. A lot of good stuff in it. Right there. Red inner fender wells. Is it the holy grail? We're gonna find out. All right, boys and girls. This is the holy grail of Oldsmobiles. 1970 Ram Air W30 442. This was one of the baddest machines in 1970 that they ever produced. Unfortunately, which we knew, this is a clone. It's a tribute car, but it still has a lot of good stuff in it. A lot of good stuff. Quick look at the interior. Interior is super mint. Got to do something with the sticky steering wheel and the center console, the lids, which is typical on these. If you look though, interior is totally mint. Maybe need a new speaker tray there. But also I got with the car the W30 air cleaner that goes on the inside. White and black. Door panels are a little beat up, which is typical. Story behind the car was the guy bought it in 2018 and literally never drove. He drove the car twice, never even registered in his name. But he bought it and then it just sat. So unfortunately it sat out in the weather, and so unfortunately it fared okay for what it is, and underneath the car is still pretty clean, but the car was redone in 2015. Underneath the car is still pretty clean. No real rust. The car does have some Bondo in it, but which is typical. It's going to be hard to find a 1970 without Bondo in it. So let me show you under the hood, and it is a 455 Ram Air. There she is. It is a later smog motor, but it does run and drive, believe it or not. So yep, HEI, it's upgraded. Is a, I think it's a Torquer. No, it's a Performer intake, dual plane, 455. Does run. I drove it up on the trailer. I had to put 4 quarts transmission fluid in it, but not a big deal. Hood's got some issues. Paint's got some issues. It's a shame because the guy that I bought it from literally just let it sit outside. So that was hard on the car. But when the car was done in 15, they pulled all the glass, redid all it. So none of this is rusted, which is friggin' awesome, because these always rust up in the dash area. I pulled this off because I couldn't see the VIN number. Oh, gonna leave that. I wanted to double check the VIN number when I bought it, and it's weird, the options on this car. So let me show you the trunk. Floor is just almost perfect, literally. Trunk is damn near perfect. Little mouse stuff going on there, but look at the trunk. Perfect, never been replaced. Bottoms of the quarters, some kind of patchwork, but they did a decent job. It does have some filler. Got original spare there. Those are the power, or no, the emergency brake cables. But yeah, the bottom of the quarters, not bad. It's got all the stickers back in. Caution, this car is equipped with anti-spin differential, which is pretty cool. This isn't all rotted, which is amazing. What I found very interesting, like I said, it's a fake. It's not the real deal. I can't afford the real deal, unfortunately. Gas tank was replaced, as you can tell, and don't know if you can see here. Yeah, you can't tell, but those brackets right there, they go from that to up there. They were big block W30 only on the Oldsmobiles. On Chevelles, big block Chevelles and stuff, they came, but that was a heavy duty rear end brace to keep things from flexing and stuff. Like I said, when the guy redid this, he got a lot of it right. You know, he really did. Little crack in here and there, nothing horrible, but the paint's faded. It's just enamel, and it's a shame that I spent all this time and redid it and painted it with enamel, because it would have held up much better. But 15-inch rallies, which is cool. So we're gonna get it over to the shop. As you can see, this is a little tight. This has to be moved up to get the gaps right, which I'm anal about that kind of stuff. And there's a dent in this fender. When it was hit there, it messed up down here. So we'll have to, this gap is pretty good, but we'll have to get this aligned. We're gonna take the fender off, go from the inside, heat it, bang it out. But yeah, another project. Like I said, it does run, so we're gonna get her fired up. Got to put jump box on it and bring it over to the house and return this trailer. And then on Monday we go get another car, because I actually got two cars for this. So the other car is a 71 or a 72 Cutlass. It's kind of rough. Got a lot of good stuff on it. It's got a rear sway bar, got a 350 with headers, aluminum intake, got bucket seats, which are rough, floor's rotted on it, but it's got a rally wheel, got a bunch of good parts in it. And he actually told me I could have the car. So package deal. I'm gonna have to store that over at my buddy's house back behind there somewhere. I don't have room at my shop, unfortunately, but we'll get things going with this. Not exactly sure what we're gonna do, but most likely we will put a error correct engine in it, built more to W30 specs, all the stuff I have. So we'll see what happens. All right, we're gonna power wash tomorrow, and we'll pick you up when we power wash and show you. Well, good morning. Well, I guess it's day 2 on the W30 442. We are gonna start cleaning this thing up. We already pulled some stuff out of the interior, got the crap out, as you can see, and we got the classic tree hanging from the mirror. Gotta have that if you were born in the 80s. And like I said, we're gonna clean her up today, power wash her. Got everything out of the trunk. Like I said, we gotta realign those doors. Really, the car is really pretty clean. As you can see, original trunk floor, no rot, some nice stuff there, of course. But the bottoms, they have some Bondo in them, but they're not all Bondo, which is nice. Like I said, other than a couple little cracks in the headrests and the sticky steering wheel, door panel is a little wonky, but nothing horrible. We're going to get vacuuming, clean the interior out, and then get the power washer and get underneath of it. I did get it jacked up. I was able to see underneath. Floors are immaculate. Transmission's got a leak, as we knew. It's got cherry bombs on it, which I'm not happy about, but it is what it is. Yeah, we're gonna get cracking here, get power washing. I don't see any brake line problems. Doesn't mean that there's not, but we'll really have to get into that after we clean it. So we did verify it's posi rear, plus it's got the sticker. Like I said, the guy that did this he spent a lot of time. I mean, even the light works for the trunk, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. But like I said, we got a dent there, but we'll get it all figured out. We'll get it sorted out. We will get it running, and we're gonna see what we're gonna do. All right, let's get cleaning. All right, preliminary cleaning is done. Did a rough once over. Of course, all we did was wash it. We didn't buff it or anything like that. Interior actually came out really nice. Took the back seat out, no rust anywhere. The headrests probably have to be replaced. Got to do something with this door on that, and the steering wheel still, but interior is very nice. Came out real well. Cleaned everything out in there. About 3/4 of the way done. Had a little issue with my power washer, and it actually broke in half, believe it or not. The pump did, but we got everything cleaned, all in here, under here, all trunk area. That all cleaned up very nice. All in all, I think, I mean, the paint is kind of checked here and there, and it's definitely got some issues, but it's gonna buff up and shine, I guarantee you. Still gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this fender. I'll probably have to take it off. Not a big deal, but just to get that out. And like I said though, overall, the car cleaned up really well. And what I found was this car has got a lot of good parts in it. The engine, we know is a later model motor because it's got J heads on it, which is 74, 75, maybe 76. But it's got a deep sump aftermarket oil pan on it, which is crazy. Of course, it's got a aluminum intake, but I did have to take that sticker off, but not a big deal. So like I said, all in all, it cleaned up well. It's a shame because everything was in really good shape, but from sitting on that dirt ground, it got crusty. So floors look great, and all in all, really, even the horn works, which is amazing. I don't know about all the lights, haven't checked all that yet. I'm gonna probably end up putting different wheels on them or repainting. I mean, we need tires either way. It's weird that the paint came off the rims, but bumper and everything cleaned up really decent. Taillights aren't horrible shape, but yeah, all in all, I think it was a good find. The more I dig into this, the more good things I find on it. And like I said, I know there's a little bit of filler here and there on a car, which is typical, but you know, it was amateur stuff done, and I would have probably done the same thing 25 years ago. And that's how I did. You know, now I just know a little bit better. But like, there was trim down here and there were holes, and they just filled them with filler, and they should have been welded in. That's the only way. If you fill them with filler, they will pop again. So all right, quick update, and got to get it back running again and put a buffer on it and see what happens, and just see what shines up on it. So figure out something with that fender too. All right, so this morning, what we're messing with, we got it running, of course. Runs pretty good. We still have to flush the fuel tank out, get that old fuel out, and I set the timing. It was at 8, which is really low for a big block Oldsmobile, especially a smog motor. So we got it up around 15, 16. A lot more responsive for sure. Like I said, we got to get that old fuel out, and we had some exhaust leaks. So what we did was, whoever put this exhaust on, now like I said, I don't claim to be a welder, but whoever did this, it was atrocious. But so I tried to patch up a little bit here. It was cracked. Still got a few little exhaust leaks, but you know, it is what it is.